for us and who's not. Think about that. Or, is the person that you're courting, that you want to be with right now, that you think that you want to be with, let me throw that out there. Is that really who you want? Is that really not who you want, but is that what you need? Fuck wants. We're going to talk about need. And we just got a comment in the chat box from Miss Steph. If you can't bring anything to my table, then you don't deserve for me to fill your cup. And that is very true. That's very true. Like, you got to bring something to the table. Be substantial. You got to have something. I mean, I got this, and this. You got what? And not even not even on the monetary level, not even money, but what can they bring you out of yourself? What can they teach you about yourself that you don't already know? What things, about your emotions, about your feelings, about, your mentality. Can they boost that? Can they bring that up? Can they teach you some shit? I'm into learning. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jet Black, I'm into learning. I'm into the sexiest thing for me is for someone to teach me something. For you to say, hey, did you know da 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 da? Well, goddamn, lady. Okay. And tell me more. That's honestly gonna be my next question. So what else? What else do you have to tell me? Because honestly, I'm intrigued right now. You got me. We can sit around and fucking Google shit, not even, I don't want to say Google, but you know what I mean? We can sit around and research some shit or go deep, you know what I mean? I call it rabbit holing, starting from one thing and kind of digging to the next, and then you start to learn things and, whatever. But I'm a deep cat, you know what I mean? I'm in my mind most of the time. So it's, that's cool for me. I'm into that, but that's just me, you feel? And I'm getting comments talking about preach. And y'all feel me out there. You see that? You feel me. Like, teach me something, baby. Teach me something. Learn me, learn me while I'm learning you. You teach me, I teach you, one hand scratches the other, baby. We can't do this alone, but anyway, moving on. And just think about that question. Of course, you guys can answer. Like I said, I got some responses, but, what's the longest you've been with someone in a relationship without sex? Whether something was going on, whether there was an argument, whether there was, a rebuttal, in an argument, anything like that. How long, and they just put you in the doghouse, fellas, or, ladies, maybe he was, he thought you was doing something or some shit, so he cut you off from the PP. You feel me? Like, how long has anyone ever gone? And that was just a funny question that somebody wanted me to ask, so I had to throw that out there. Y'all feel free to ask that or answer that. Now, flipping over to the men's side real quick, fellas, have you ever been approached first by a female? And how was that? What was that like for you? And my boy, shout out to Matt Hazel out there, my NFL receiver, man. I see you. Y'all look that man up. But he actually responded, of course, to that and said that it happens all the time. Me, not so much. I'm part of the ugly crew, but I'm fine with that, and I'm totally content with my life, So it doesn't bother me much. It's lonely, but it is what it is. But how was that for you, fellas? Like, have you ever been hit on, and what was that like? What was said? How did she go about her approach? And did you take to it? Did you like what she said, or did you kind of blow it off? Did you feel intimidated? Did you feel weird? What? Because now I feel like there's a bunch of weird shit going on with men and women, where one can't talk to the other without feeling intimidated, or feeling like, why me out of everybody else, or shit like that. So then that leaves a bunch of questions when you're actually in a relationship with these people. Some of us self-destructs our own relationships with our low self-esteems or second thoughts, second guesses. You know what I mean? The questions that we ask. Why this person? Well, because you're the one for them and they're the one for you. Shut the fuck up and ride that wave, baby. The fuck? A lot of we like I said, we fuck some stuff up that doesn't need to be fucked up or shouldn't have been in the first place. And by the time you actually put your pride aside and want to reconcile, it's too late for that. So think about your situation, and I'm going back to what I said earlier. Think about the situation that you're in. Think about the situation that you want to be in, and ask yourself, is this for me? Do I want this? I'm on some shit tonight, ain't I? I'm on some shit tonight. Yeah. Sorry, I had to give it up for myself one time. But real quick, like I said, fellas, how was that for you? And if she approaches you first, did you automatically take her seriously? Did you think that was serious? Did you thinking, nah, you fucking with me, like whatever? And I have a response also from a young man as well, and he says, that he's been approached plenty of times, and he says that he's liked it, but that comes from within yourself. You have to be comfortable and confident with yourself, and that's a brilliant response that goes hand in hand, because like I said, low self-esteem, you question why, blah, 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 blah. But if you're confident and set in who you are and love who you are, then shit, you should be talking to me, baby. You got the right one. And you look like the right one for me. So let's talk. You feel me? And then boom, a beautiful relationship happens. You got two confident people in a beautiful, sexy ass relationship. And it's only sexy because y'all think it is. Because who the fuck else matters? Oh my goodness, Jones. Jet Black is on some shit tonight. Yes. But why is there a stigma? This is another question. Why is there a stigma? Why can't men ever approach men? I'm sorry, why can't women ever approach men without being labeled? You know what I mean? As fast ass, she's a hoe, she's a thought, that hoe over there type shit, you know what I mean? Because she simply opened her mouth and told you or slid in your DMs. Because now, I mean, there's no face-to-face shit. Let's be honest. If you guys were really about your shit, we would all put our phones down. We would all fucking stroll the mall like we used to with no phone in our pocket. We just knew we had to be outside at a certain time. And you would, meet people or just talk. You know what I mean? Just chill. Shit like that. Like, the phones are killing this shit, bro. The phones are killing us. The phones are killing us, man. It's crazy. But going back to the DMs, like, why can't women or females ever slide into a male's DM or talk to a man or approach a man without her being a hoe or without him, showing his boys like, hey, look at this one, da 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 da. Fellas, yes, I'm talking to us. Why is that a thing? Like, why can't we ever just go with the flow? Because I feel like we niggas mess shit up. I ain't gonna lie, we fuck shit up. Oh my god, but. And going into, the hard to get thing, I mean, as far as fellas too, like, and that does apply, I feel like, hard to get. I don't know if I've been called that, which is weird and odd, but I think it's more so because I try to feel out who I'm talking to. I try to feel out this person that's trying to get to know me. I'm not about to invest in you if there's no, there's no reciprocation. If there's nothing, there's no feedback, there's no kickback. I don't get anything in return. Fuck that. Like, I'm not about to. So of course you'll think I'm not into you, and I'm sorry. Like, that's just how I am as a person. You think I'm not into you, and that's simply because I'm sitting back analyzing you. Simply. And I feel like, I mean, I don't want to speak for fellas, like I say, because I'm in my head a lot of the times, but I feel like, I mean, a lot of guys, they pop off, a lot of niggas loose with it, but I'm not that type, Chastity Jones. But I feel like, a lot of things are kind of sped up. There's a catalyst to everything, which is either social media or, some pictures being sent or some shit like that. Nobody takes the time to get to know who the fuck they're talking to and who the fuck you're telling your life about and expressing these feelings to, bro. Like, y'all, everybody's out here willy-nilly, as we call it, pillow talking, when that person can easily be here today and gone tomorrow, a seasonal. You feel me? Don't invest. Don't invest, but you're not going to get back. But with that being said, I'm going to leave y'all with this. I feel like this was a dope-ass song. I found it on social media, of course. Okay, I'm not proud of it, but that's a good music wave for me. But it's Honesty by Pink Sweats, and it's kind of, dimming off of what I just said, man. Honesty. Let's get it. Jet Black Radio. I'll be right back with y'all.
She said, baby, I'm afraid to fall in love. So what if it's not reciprocated? I told her don't cry flash, girl, don't you rush. Guess it's all a game of patience. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me? Would you share your flaws with me? Let me know. I told her thinking is I'm wrong. Love will happen when it wants. I know it hurts sometimes, but don't let it go. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. She said, what if I tell you all the things I've done? Would you run away from me? I told her, baby, we all got bags full of shit that we don't want, but I can't unpack it for you, baby. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me? Would you share your flaws with me? Let me know. I told her thinking is I'm wrong. Love will happen when it wants. I know it hurts sometimes, but don't let it go. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. Yeah. I want you. I want you. I want you. Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna just let that ride in the background for the next 10 seconds. But that was again Honesty by Pink Sweats, and I got a couple comments in the box and in my inbox asking who that was. So yes, the next up and coming artist. I think he has a little EP out. I've listened to about 3 or 4 songs, and every one of them been dope. But that was Honesty by Pink Sweats. Y'all check that man out. But before we left, we were talking a little bit about men versus women as far as approaching them and how you feel it should happen or how it made you feel, shit like that. And I was going into the responses and some of my fellas out there, and more than 5 actually, were saying that women do look intimidating, especially when trying to approach them, that they have a different demeanor about themselves and that it's hard to approach them. And another one who I think, and I'm going off this one, says that it's because they all think we want the same thing that the next one wants, because we're not that guy. And I guess to translate that, like I said before, a lot of women or a lot of you females out there think that a lot of potential, your potential futures just want to get between your legs, and that's just not what it is, baby. Like, we were talking before we got into the whole subject of everything about substance and what can you teach me and bringing something to the table. Do you or have you ever dated someone who's not on your level? And how did that turn out? And when did you find out that they weren't on your level? Did they not provide for you physically? Were they not enough physically? Let's be honest, because physicality means a lot these days. Let's be honest about shit. Were they not enough for you physically? Were they not enough for you mentally, emotionally? Were they there for you when you needed them? Or weren't they? So think about those things. And if you're in a relationship like that right now, that you think that maybe something's you're not being fed, or your cup's not being filled, like we like to say here on Jet Black Radio, then are you in the right place for it? Do you need to be there? Do you need to give that person your time? Like Low Love was saying yesterday on her show, Bras Off. Are you wasting your time?